Why do you think horror is one of the last genres where original storytelling not only still thrives, but continues to bring out audiences in droves too? Because people are fans of the genre in a way that they're not fans of other genres. And it's a genre that most of the stories can be told at a modest budget. You know, big sci-fi blockbusters, well, they gotta be $100 million, they gotta be $200 million. It's a big risk. And sci-fi fans come in all different flavors. But like horror is a genre that just, it always kind of attracts audiences. Like just horror fans, there's horror diehards that see all horror movies, and that's a passionate, lively group of people. And one of the fun things about my adventure of YouTube and then becoming friends with Cody Leach, I'm now friends with a bunch of diehard horror fans. And it's fascinating because they just love horror. It's cool. Like my wife doesn't do horror hardly at all. And so that wasn't a world that I just like movies, and horror movies are movies, and there's fun things in there. And so YouTube has kind of became the context, right? A reason to finally really embrace horror. And then, happen to become great friends, best friends with someone that's very much in that world. And then as my kids are getting older, like Liam is getting super into horror movies. I actually showed him Halloween a couple days ago, and his favorite horror movie, Screams. He's got great taste. Like horror has such like a passionate audience built into it. But then general audiences also go to a lot of different types of horror movies. Like normal people, like normal movie fans, normal general audiences don't love all horror movies, but they like their type of horror movies. So I like jump scares. I like the stuff that's psychological. I like elevated horror. I like slashers. I like horror comedies. They have their thing that they like. And you can make a horror movie of almost any different subgenre for a reasonable budget. Like it doesn't have to be $100 million. Like Sinners being as expensive as it was, and it was under $100 million, was like, wow, that's a big budget for a tangent movie. But Ryan Coogler and had movie star, big, gigantic movie stars in there. So that's almost the exception. But it was only Ryan Coogler is the reason that it had a budget that big, and he's earned that. But Weapons this weekend was like $40 million, and that's on the higher budget for a horror movie at $40 million. But also it stars Thanos and the Silver Surfer. So and Wong, we got a whole bunch of the MCU in there. And so you've got some people that kind of give it a little bit that elevated audience and elevated exposure via star power. The bigger your budget, the broader the appeal needs to be, the safer of a bet it needs to be, the bigger the budget. And horror movies, if you make $20 million, $15 million, you can take a risk. You don't need a star in it. Or if you put a star in it, then you can make maybe the budget a little bit bigger. And it's that stuff, I think, that it's a genre that creates an experience, and you don't need a franchise for that experience. Like, well, does it scare me? And almost the fact that it's original, the unknown is scary. And so you're going into something, what happened to these kids and Weapons? What's going on? I don't know. So you go in tense trying to figure it out. I think it's all those different things.
Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.